EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, the stage is set for our final Thursday night game of the year between the Indianapolis Colts and the Brooklyn Beats. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And CD, you look at the Colts in this matchup. They think they can run the football in this one, but there's a group on the other sideline that thinks otherwise.
Yeah, it's always intriguing when you pit an offense against a defense. It seems like they can cancel each other out. We've got a top 5 rushing offense against a top 5 defense. So a lot of times it comes down to execution and maybe a little bit of that, what coaches call want to.
Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. Taken at the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And incomplete to open things up. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. Gets by him at the 25. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Escaping the pressure right. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
I'm not sure he falls under the category of mobile quarterback, but he's athletic enough that if you don't keep your rush lanes intact, he finds a way to hurt you.
As coaches like to say, I wouldn't call him a burner, but enough there in the tank. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 more on that one and another first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. They run once more with Taylor. A nice little juke. And he'll be taken down at the 34-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Forced out to his left. And that one going to come up short. Low throw. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27. We got to like what you're seeing from this offense here on the first drive. A nice, sustained series to begin the game, and it will continue after picking up another first there.
Would you say the word methodical comes to mind? I love the execution. I love what they're doing on this drive. They're controlling the ball, controlling the game, controlling the clock.
First and 10, Taylor now. Gets around him. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's first and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Pittman. And the Colts are going to have a first and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical. They've been crisp. And as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early first and goal.
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Taylor. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Second and goal from the 6 this time. Again, it'll be Taylor. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. This opening drive has taken him to the 2, but now they come up on a third and goal. Now a handoff up the middle. Tatum, and he takes it in for a Colts score. A great effort there. His second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Colts put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Well, wherever he is on the field, he is certainly slippery with a football in his hands, and he proved it right there.
And normally moves like that aren't supposed to work this deep in the red zone because there's not enough space. Normally way more effective when you're working out in the open field. But here, incredible shiftiness, excellent contact balance, and he works his way into the end zone.
No problem there on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So that drive spans 13 plays, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
And he just continues to throw touchdown pass after touchdown pass, leading the league here down the final stretch of the year. Guys will say that the numbers and rankings, they don't matter to him very much. But I don't know how much I actually believe that. Sure, he's team first, but I think everyone would like to see him finish number 1, including himself.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22. And now a stoppage, and looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now back to throw. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. So the interception there. And, Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, When they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. That is caught at the 7. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Sets him up nicely. First and goal. It was a pickup of 14.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at first and goal.
They'll run here with Taylor. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. Looking to throw. And a throw for Pittman is intercepted.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. Playoff picture here, and you see they've got that number 2 spot right now. Obviously a lot to like about that and where they're at in this home stretch of the season. But that first round home game is not guaranteed, Charles, until they lock up their division.
Bottom line, win the division, stay number 2, you get a favorable game at home to begin what you hope would be a nice postseason run.
On second down now, it's Lamb, and tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Dances by him, and he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Defense was expecting run, and they're dealt a pass of over 15 yards.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And incomplete on the deep ball. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. He'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
A couple of first downs, has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Lamb, and if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. A quick throw, but incomplete. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's got a man, complete. One heck of a 3rd down conversion, 33 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Lamb. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. He'll drop to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They're going to run this with a tight end. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, it's Brooklyn in possession. Second and goal from inside the 5. A carry here for the big tight end. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. On third and short, going with their tight end. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great play there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Beats go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points.
This has to be great for the psyche of this offense. Presented with bad field position, they didn't let it stop them. They rolled downfield and scored a touchdown.
Now the try here for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So that one a 13-play drive in total. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And the Colts getting ready to go.
And listen, these Thursday night games, they're tough on the body. You just played on Sunday, 72 hours later, hey, it's game day again. But I have to think a Thursday night game in September much more preferable than a Thursday nighter in December, no?
Well, there's no doubt about it. You mentioned how tough it is on the body. How about the mind? You're already tired, fatigued, right? Trying to battle for playoff spots. And here you have the quick turnaround. Now, the flip side is, if you take care of business, win that Thursday nighter, you go into a mini open week. Gives you a few extra days to heal up the body and the mind before you play your next game.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete.
Complete to number 16. It's a gain of 8. Brings up second and 2. 47
On second down, it's Taylor. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
8 yards on the pickup.
Second and 2. And his throw's going to be incomplete. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's third and 2. He'll look to throw. To the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the first down. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. Back to throw again. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
I can't help but chuckle a little bit because at this point, it can't be a surprise to anyone in the building who's going to get the ball. They just keep feeding him over and over, and he just keeps on delivering.
They give to Taylor out of the gun.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
Let's face it, that's just a helpless feeling for a running back there. He's looking up to find a hole, and all he finds is a whole lot of ticked-off linebacker.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's second and 11.
Again, it's Taylor.
And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. Well, this drive, they're a perfect 2 of 2 on third down conversions, but they need a full 10 yards here. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And he does not get to the first down marker as they stop him at the 19. They'll go for a gain of 7, and that's going to make it fourth down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a fourth down.
And now the Colts call on their field goal unit here. This from 36 yards out. And this one is right through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. This offense back out and set to go for their next drive. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that. But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
They'll look to throw now on first down.
And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Well, his completion percentage continues to rise with that one, but sometimes you want your completion percentage to go down. Maybe you should have thought about throwing that one away.
I was just going to say, it is easier said than done, but that's where you maybe bury it at his feet, make sure he doesn't catch it.
Great call right there. Put it near the receiver, no grounding, nothing like that, but no one gets a chance to pick it off either.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it, and the Colts will take over possession here up at the 44.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season, and in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing, but clearly there's some growing still to do.
Colts taking the field again, running back Jonathan Taylor at center stage.
He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the second quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Yeah, that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact and in his mind just screamed, "Out of my way," and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
He'll find Taylor. That's complete.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
That's interference. Defense.
Oh, no.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. His pass caught at the 4. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him,
Why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
So not quite a first and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. Back to throw here. Touchdown, Colts! Cole Kmet from 4 yards out as his guys are able to extend their lead.
Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And there, of course, was a lot of talk about this ball game coming into play. 2 division leaders in the AFC. Could this be a potential playoff preview down the line?
Yeah, and I think when you're talking about the talk about this game coming into play, you're talking about me because I blew up your phone all week prior to this one. I was so excited about this game because to me, it's not out of the realm of possibility that these two teams see each other again down the road. I like this matchup. They match up very well against each other.
They'll set up a throw. Complete. It's Johnson. And out across midfield down to the 45. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Again, he'll drop to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away.
Indy set to go on offense once more.
And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
Sauce Gardner picks it off.
And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
Back out comes this offense now late in this first half. And now they start in plus territory following that turnover as they'll try to get some points here before halftime. A 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
And some room to work. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
They'll look to throw here. Throw left side complete. That's Page. And he'll be out of bounds. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there. And now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
They'll run on first down. Lamb. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And they'll employ the jumbo set now on 2nd and 1. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Lamb. And he's going to be shoved back short of the goal line. On 3rd and short to give to the tight end. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Beats get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
CD for them, this has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. And the Colts about to go on offense one final time in this first half.
And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it. And we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we're into the final 3 weeks of the NFL season. A lot of races going to be coming right down to the wire. Before we get it back to you guys, let's check out what we have coming up this weekend on the Week 16 NFL slate. Some great games still to come, and I think we highlighted one of the better ones right there, as they'll have to contend with the New England Patriots. More good stuff later in the afternoon, one being down in the desert, where it'll be the Cardinals at home in Glendale, taking on the Chicago Bears. And then lastly, on Sunday Night Football, those fans will be riled up, as it'll be a good matchup between their guys and the Baltimore Ravens. On now to a look at the next-gen stats for the Colts in that first half. And their passing game has been the reason why they lead thus far. They've had great success moving the ball through 2 quarters of play. Meanwhile, for our home team, they too were able to take advantage of a soft secondary, as both of these two teams really threw the ball at will in that first half.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Taken in at the 3. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And this offense set to go now to begin the 3rd quarter. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the 3rd quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
And he'll be stopped up at the 26 after a gain of only a couple.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Derek Stingley picks it.
And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the 2nd half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick 6.
I think that's a great observation too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime,
But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate that those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
Extra point right down the middle, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
This taken in at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as these guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
On second down, it's Lamb. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. And on now is the punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. First target, first catch, and a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Up the middle, here's Taylor. And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. 66 yards rushing for him so far in this one as he nears 1,400 for the year. Well, Jonathan Taylor, like most guys from Wisconsin, he's not one to shy away from contact. He proved it right there.
And with a guy his size, you have to know defensively that arm tackles aren't going to fly with him. You have to be able to wrap up, or else he can just brush tacklers aside like they're not even there.
And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Now Taylor. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. Back to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches. Now back to throw.
Got a man, it's Pittman, and he holds it in for the Colts touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
14.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Up the middle they go. Lamb. Oh, good move. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Lamb. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Page. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
And according to our friends with Next Gen Stats, that sack occurred in a mere 2.1 seconds. Good luck trying to avoid that. And that'll go for a gain of 18 on the keeper. First down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
He's going to keep this again. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
Going right side here, and that's complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Up the middle they go. Lamb, and he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. On the ground with a tight end. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4.
He was brought down at the 4-yard line. A gain of 1 yard on the play.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And it's caught. Touchdown. From 4 yards out.
And the Beats are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now just east of Manhattan in Brooklyn, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter.
Taken in at the 3. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
From the gun, it's Taylor.
A little juke. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Looking to throw. Open man is Taylor. He's got it.
And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
They go play action here on 1st down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks of the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though, and they could barely get a glove on him before he got the quarterback on the ground.
And as we break it down on next-gen stats, that entire play wound up taking just 2.4 seconds beginning to end, so they were on him in a hurry.
Flushed out right, and he'll just get rid of it. The Colts send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Over the middle, it's complete. And they'll be stopped at the 28 on a play that started at the 14. They pick up 14. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a 1st down. They'll He'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Page, and he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
The tackle made at the 44-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up.
He'll look to throw. He gets this one to Johnson.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Page. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
When the hitch route is run really well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space, all you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage. And that's exactly what he got done there.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Touchdown! An 11-yard touchdown.
And the Beats have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Well, time to let those folks know who are tuning in looking for the late local news. We may be a moment because we've got a game again.
And partner, except for those on the West Coast where it'll be seen in its regular time, right? That's the way it works, doesn't it? But how about that? Big-time drive right there. If they're going to have any chance, they needed a touchdown there, and they went right down the field and worked their way into the end zone.
Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Fields it right around the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
As the Colts offense makes their way out, we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. This game is really flipped on its head. 2 unanswered touchdowns by the other side, and now they take over here with just a very slim one-score lead.
And we've seen this how many times now? Teams get a big lead, they go into coast mode, and all of a sudden they're scrambling and battling for a win down the stretch. They've got to put something together right here, otherwise they're in danger of doing the old snatching defeat from the jaws of victory.
2nd down, another run with Taylor.
He'll be dropped shy of the 40 despite an excellent display of footwork. The Colts on 3rd down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete.
And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
To number 16. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 42-yard line.
2nd and 4. He's going to go for a big play downfield.
And, it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in. He'll drop this down to Taylor, and they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try the jet sweep with Kirk. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Running straight ahead, Taylor.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr.
So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the 2nd half. I just wonder on the other side of the field, where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
The situation for them offensively as follows. Down by a field goal, and time, a huge factor. They've won 3 in a row, but they've got work to do if they want to get a 4th in a row as they come up on 1st down. A throw left side to start out. That's complete. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked off by Grant Delpit, and the Colts are going to take possession of the football.
He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Indianapolis offense ready to go again.
And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that 3rd timeout would have really helped here.
Yeah, another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10.
On the handoff, Taylor.
And he'll bring this one inside the 35. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor.
And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, Those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23. So now the story changes. Trailing by 6. A little over a minute to go. They need a touchdown. A field goal is worthless now as they come up on 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And with the defense out of timeouts, powerless to stop the clock, this should just be a couple of kneel downs. The Colts in victory formation now as they take the knee. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory, and they were really helped by their defense.